Hello everyone, my name is Justin Dyson. I am an AVF term 1407. In this video I'm going to be walking you through my app statement for project number 3, the functional flowchart, the user flowchart, and then at the end I will walk you through both of the applications on iOS and on Android. So looking at my app statement, this application allows the user to search for a nearby business. The search will bring up all the matching queries found in the Yelp API. The user can then select a business, identify its location, and save that business as a favorite for access offline rather. Um, Whenever the application starts out, we're going to actually be on the search page. So what the user can do is they can enter a search, and if they're connected to the internet, or if they're not connected to the internet, then they'll be given an alert that tells them to try again once they are. If they are connected, then what the application will then do is sync any data that is stored locally to the remote storage. So if there's nothing there, then obviously nothing will be uploaded. After that, we will be getting the user's current location. We will also query the Yelp API using the user's current location. Once we get the search results, we'll actually put them into a table, which will open in a new window. Um, Once that table opens up with all the search results, the user can select an option, and then we'll actually open a new window, which will give the user all of the information about the business, their address, and there's also a map view that with the business pinpointed on the map. So once they're on that screen, the user has the option to click the Save button. If they choose to do that, then basically the information will be saved to the local database. And then again, if the network is online, or if it's not online, then they've completed their task. If it is online, then we will again sync anything that's saved locally to the local storage. And that is the main function of this application. Now, there are two tabs, so when the user opens up, if they choose not to search something, they want to look up something in their favorites tab, they can do so. So if they select the favorite tab, it will open a new window, which gives them a list of all their favorites that they've saved, and it's in a table view. The user can make a selection from the table, and again, it'll open the information window, which will display everything about that venue. And from this point, the user can just look at it, or they can remove it from their favorites, at which point we will remove it from local storage, and if we're online, we will remove it from remote storage. And that is pretty much the entire application. Looking at the user flowchart, this is essentially the start page, the home page. So you can see search is highlighted down here, and it opens up, says, what are you looking for? And then it's giving them a text field and a search button. So if they type in something, let's say they type in pizza, and they hit search, it will query the Yelp API, and it will give you all the results for pizza in my area. I can scroll through here and I can select one, and once I have one selected, it will go to this other window, which will give me the name of the business, the number of reviews it has on Yelp, how many stars it has, its phone number, the address. And there's also a map view, which will have the business pinpointed on a map. And at the bottom here, you have a Save to Favorites button. You click on that, and the window doesn't actually change, but this button will actually change to say Saved, so that the user gets some feedback on what they've done. If they choose not to search for something new, they can actually hit the Favorites button, which will take them to the Favorites menu, and if they have anything saved, it will display all of those options. They click an option, and it takes them to the same window, where it gives them all of the information about it, and instead of saying Save to Favorites, it'll say Remove from Favorites. And again, if they click that button, nothing will visually change other than the button will say that the option has been removed. So that is how the user will use the application. Now let's take a look at how the applications actually work. Alright, so taking a look at the applications on both of the tablets, these are both fresh installs, so neither one of these have a database stored on here yet, and neither one of them are actually connected to the internet right now. So just to briefly show that, there's nothing saved to the favorites, so there's nothing actually saved to the local storage, because that's how that view is populated. So if we try to make a search, let's search for pizza. We get an alert saying you are not connected to the internet, please try again later. So okay, do the same thing on Android, pizza, search, you're not connected to the internet, try again. So let's get on the internet on both of these, and now let's do a search. And on iPhone or iOS, it'll obviously make sure you get permission. And then what you get are the search results for pizza in my area. So as you can see, it'll give you the title of each location and then the distance you are away from it. So let's take a look at Chef Tony's Gourmet Pizza. Pull that up on both iOS and Android. And you can see we get pretty much the same exact view. You get the title, the reviews, you get a map view, which you're actually using Google Maps on the Android and then iMaps on the iOS. Now let's save these to the favorites. And you see there's some user feedback. It just um, simply says saved. So click on favorites on iOS. Now Android is a little different. You can't actually see the tabs for whatever reason. Android only uses heavyweight windows now. So you have to go back and then go to the favorites in order to see that it's there. So if you click on it, you get the same view. But now you can actually remove it if you like. And going back, you can see that it's gone. And then if you go back on iOS, you see that it's gone as well. So that is essentially the entire app. You can search for anything. If I just want to search for mall, see what would pop up. It gives me all the malls in my area. I could search for pie if I wanted, and I'd get all the pie in my area. So just pies, looky there. So that's the application. Thank you for your time, and we'll see you next time.